All right, guys, we're going to do an example of actually finding and looking up tax sale property, upcoming tax sale property, for the tax portion or the tax module of the Nat'l Deed Flip. Now, what I did is I plugged in Cabarrus County upcoming tax sales. That's the county where I live. I came right up, property tax foreclosure, Cabarrus County. Clicked on it. A lot of times you're going to have to read through these a little bit just to get a better idea, exactly where to look. In this case, it's highlighted, property tax foreclosure. All right, now that I'm here, tax foreclosure listing. All right, you can see a number of tax sales here coming up for sale, Cabarrus County. Not a whole lot of them. Let's go ahead and check this one. You can see we have a name of a current owner according to the tax people. You still have to double check that, guys, because he might have sold his deed because, look, this was started back in 2013. He might have actually sold the property cash to someone, but no one paid the taxes off. So we have to make sure it's the same owner because we have to know who currently has the deed. Let's check the property data real quick right here. Now we're lucky in this case. It links directly to the land record system for the tax folks. And let's check site address. It is 517 Rose Avenue. Let's look at parcel lot information. That's a very short description, by the way, North and South Rose Avenue. You've got the actual tax card where he bought it. Now this is great to have because back in April 17th, 2003 is when they show us him getting the property. So that's going to be important because unless it was a quitclaim deed to him, we don't have to look any further than 4/17/2003 back in time, right? Because we want to know what the debt was he incurred on the property. Now, if it was quitclaim to him, we'd have to check the property before that because quitclaims don't go into debt. Here you go. Jeffrey Wayne Bird, single man, April 17th, 2003, 517 Rose Avenue in Kannapolis. So let's go to the Register of Deeds Department. All I did searching for this is I literally put Cabarrus County Register of Deeds in. Got me to this page. Here's a Cabarrus NC ROD, which is Register of Deeds. Click down. And you're going to find this full system. You're going to find this pretty frequently that there isn't additional information. Now, in this case, I did actually plug in his name in advance, guys. So let's see what pops up. Got to be careful. In this case, there are two different entries. One has 10 different entries within it, or two different, I should say, sub-indexes. One has 10 and one has 1. I clicked on the 10 just there. Let's click on the recording date. All right. So we've got an assumed name. That doesn't mean anything, guys. Assumed names are basically DBA accounts in North Carolina doing business as, also called fictitious name filings. So I know what that is. That's not a big deal. This is a deed back in 96. It is not the correct property because he did not get this property until 2003. Right here's where I got it. Here's a deed. This is additional information before that, but it's on different properties, not on this particular property. So here we have a deed, and here we have a deed of trust. In North Carolina, a deed of trust is another word for a mortgage. I just saw the deed earlier. I don't have to see it again. I would have written down all that information and printed that out just to have it. But let's look at this deed of trust because this is a mortgage. So it's a deed of trust, guys, a deed of trust is a mortgage, so it's going to be the opposite. Jeffrey is the one giving the mortgage, the right to the mortgage, the person giving him the money to take the property if he doesn't make payments. Okay. We've got trustees and beneficiaries. It's a $3,000 mortgage, and it's lying and being in number 4 Township, Cabarrus County, North Carolina, on the north edge of Kannapolis. Iron Spike, lot 106. Now, I had looked earlier for from when he bought this. And what I looked for was the legal description. And look, lot 106, it's iron stake, 106. This is the same property, so I know it applies. He could have owned two different properties, but I know it applies, so it's fairly easy to find. Of course, we're going to have more in-depth information, but I know that this one applies. So let's take another closer look at it. This was given in 2005, February 14th, 2005. And it goes into all the, it's $3,000. It was supposed to be paid off by October 10th, 2007. Now, I'm going to come back to that. But it was $3,000 that he took out, and it was taken out against the property. It has all the information, and again, you've got to double check that you're looking at the right information, because the legal description right here, okay, matches the legal description in the tax department where they have it. So I'm going to get rid of that. The only other thing left for me to do, and you got to be careful when you have systems that do things like this where they have two different entries. I want to check this other entry just to be sure that it doesn't apply. Now, this is another deed, but it's back in 2003. Let's take a look at this. Let's make sure, let's find out what this is. It may be the same one. I don't think it is. Let's take a look. This is where Jeffrey Bird gave a property to John Adrian Wright. Now, you might be concerned at this point that he actually deeded to someone else. It says, see Exhibit B for legal description. So let's go to Exhibit B. Now, this is 3 Township, Cabarrus County, south side of Vineyard Road, existing PK Nail 60 right-of-way with Vineyard. This is a different property. So what he obviously did, guys, is he either bartered or sold this property, and that was recorded on April 17th, and then he picked up the other one. So that's what happened, just so you know. Had you seen additional debt, we're going to write that debt down, guys. The debt still counts. There was no satisfaction of debt listed at all. Let's take another look. I know that it says has to be paid off by 2007, but guys, unless it is listed as paid off, it's not paid off. So the last entry is the deed of trust. You have to assume that that's against it. But look what we got here. So we've got $3,000 in that. There, by the way, we have a formula that you check to see how much is actually owed, and you can figure out what that thing's worth. In this case, I would simply use $3,000 simply because it was taken out so long ago and it was supposed to have been paid off already. But follow the directions as listed when in determining debt. But let's take a look at this thing. $2,000, just so you know. Okay, the value, tax value is $84,000. Minimum bid is $13,000, so that's what's owed against it, right? And then there's another $3,000, so $16,000. Does this fall in the parameters? Yes. Now, guys, I didn't cherry pick this or anything else. I just looked it up because I knew it would be easy to look up Bird on this, and these other ones are developers, so I thought they might be land. But anyway, I just grabbed the first one that looked like it might be a good hit. And sure enough, we've got $16,000 in debt on a tax value of $84,000. I'm feeling good about that. You would have written all that down, provided the deeds for us, provided this sheet to show us where you found this, right? Turn that in. We can get a hold of Jeffrey Bird, make the deal, put it together, buy the property, sell it, and make you a pretty handsome commission on this one. 15% of net. Even if the thing's in horrible shape and worth, say, 60, we're talking about a ton of profit on this deal. That's going after a tax sale. All right, guys, so I'm going to break with tradition a little bit here and actually show you a portion of the ebook, the portion with mortgage overages where an example is given, where literally Jeff wrote this. He did an excellent job, complete example on how to use Realty Track, and there are other sources you can use, guys, and we go into that too. But this is for pre-mortgage foreclosure. You can see that what he's done is he's breaking it down on how to filter property. He's told you exactly what to look for. The fact that the $100 estimated opening bid doesn't mean anything. Continue to go down. It'll give you an idea. Once you identify property that you're looking for, and of course you'll have this full ebook when you buy, it'll give you other information. In other words, it's going to tell you exactly how to check our referrals page, where you can check and look and see what we're already working so that you don't duplicate someone else's effort. It tells you exactly about notices of foreclosure. And in this case, with Nat'l Deed Flip, we're actually going to use where they have set foreclosure dates. You can't do that with Game Changer. Game Changer is on notice of default, so of course the conversion is going to be lower with Game Changer. And this now has higher percentages than Game Changer. We actually jacked the percentages back on Game Changer program, but here in the Nat'l Deed Flip, which by the way we don't even offer Game Changer anymore, we'll continue to work it for folks that got it. But anyway, here in the deed flip, you can actually go on dates. So that's going to, foreclosure date, that's going to help quite a bit, including in the calculation of debt. But let's keep going. You can see you have, in this example, he takes you right through how to find it on tax information, how to do different, go right onto the site and check for mortgages, official record sections of in this case. Unbelievable, all the information you can get. Takes you through step by step, shows you examples of mortgages and that type of thing. And this is a great idea once you get this, guys, is to go through the book and actually go through and do the work he does in front of you on this. I'm just extremely proud of Jeff and what he did. He put so much time and effort and energy into this, and he knows the front line better than anybody on the planet. Also, he even set up a mortgage loan payment estimator here, where he can show you exactly how to estimate what the payoff is, and that's true of both tax and mortgage overages. There are limits for total debt. We are going to actually use market values instead of just tax on this, which is absolutely phenomenal. Here's an example calculating debt to value ratios. I mean, it is a step-by-step, actually circles what you're looking for. Other options, right? You can use auction.com. Unbelievable what's on here. All right, guys, as promised, I'm going to actually show you an example of a deed flip we got under contract recently, and we'll be selling this at the end of January. I may actually be doing a ride-along video with this, where I take you down and take a look at it. I've seen the property. It's one of the reasons why I purchased it so quickly. I happen to be visiting my sister in the area. She's in St. John's. This is in Hastings, Florida. If you go, you can see right here, St. John's County Tax Collector. The name that I bought it from was Helton. And typically the tax collectors take a while, the tax department takes a while to change the names over of the owner. And that's another reason why you always check who has the deed on a property. So I'm going to put Helton in. I'm sorry. You'll see him in a minute. Here we go, 4440 Helena. This is it, 4440 Helena Street. Bought it from Mr. Helton. At the time, $17,000 in taxes were owed. I paid everything in order to stop that tax sale. It was $15,500 I paid off. I did that after I recorded the deed. So I can show you on party name. You can do this search as well, guys. Let me take you through step by step. All right. What we've done is come to sjccoc.us. This is, you can look this up, St. John's County Clerk of the Court. Went to records, go to official records, search official records, go by name, put my name in, and let's see here. You'll see the actual deed transfer. You'll see also that I got the deed obviously prior to paying off the taxes. I'm not going to pay this gentleman or pay off taxes for him until I had the deed. This is the actual deed. Quick claim deed. 1st of November. I gave the folks a little bit of extra time, guys, to get a better deal, and that's going to make my researcher quite a bit more money. You can see this is the actual quick claim deed. Tyler to me, this is page 1. There's 2 pages total. You can look that up yourself. You can also see how now there is no impending tax sale, right? There's just the current year's due right here. Tax value 67. Check this out, guys. Zillow value, again, 4440 Helena Street, Hastings, Florida, $123,027. Already had a realtor look at it. I'm going to take a rundown here in January prior to putting it on the market at the end of January. Our numbers are showing us mid-80s at least, probably 85,000. That's going to result in, I paid the owner, or I'm not even paying the owner yet. I haven't even paid the owner yet. I paid off the taxes $15,500. I'll be paying the owner $10,000. That's when the mother and daughter are out of the house at the end of January. That's $25,000. I'm going to have another $5,000 in attorney It takes me to 30. Let's put 2,000, so 32. I think I'm going to sell it for 85. That leaves $53,000. The person that sent this into me, this deed flip, this was in Florida. The person that sent this in is going to make almost $8,000 as a referral, 15% of net, guys. Pretty phenomenal deal. I just wanted you to see it. I'm also, again, I may be doing a ride-along on this as well where you can see me go down and check out the property. This is the type of thing you're going to be encountering in mortgage overage, or rather mortgage pre-foreclosure, and in tax pre-foreclosure. In other words, the Nat'l Deed Flip. All right, guys, so this is just a quick overview to give you an example. We'll be doing additional video later as we get closer to the sale. However, I wanted you to see something, and this is very easy, how easy it is to go online and see upcoming tax deed sales. It's important you understand you're looking for tax deed sales, not tax lien or tax certificate, but tax deed. Here we go, Gadsden County. This is literally, I put in upcoming tax deed sale into Google, and these are lists that popped right up where I could go right to the site. This is the Gadsden clerk site. You see that all of these are coming up. These were redeemed. This one's in bankruptcy, so it's pulled out, but all these are available. This is your minimum bid, okay? Minimum bid amount. These are all deals we can pursue, guys. You have to quickly research the debt, but in tax sale, the debt tends to be very, very low, and we have a better chance of not running into, well, you have a better chance where it's an estate or something else where it's a little easier to pick up the property. The certificate holder means nothing. That's not the owner. That's the people that bought the certificate before. The owner is what we're looking for, but I can tell you right now, look at this. 1710 is the minimum bid, 1421. Unbelievable. And look at this. It even tells you if there are other lien holders that they know about. That's insane. Okay, here's another one, upcoming tax sale, County of Hendry. See the minimum bids. Even tells us if it's vacant or where we're at with that. Tells you exactly when we have these. This is an Excel. Check this out. Quite a few to go after. Again, this was, I literally plugged in upcoming tax deed sales, and this is stuff that popped right up off of sites. This is Wake County, North Carolina. Again, all these are tax sales, guys. Look at this. Broken down by city, minimum bid. And the neat thing with North Carolina is they have upset bids. So, for instance, this one started, this top one, October 30th, 2014. January 15 was when the judgment was actually filed, and it's going into upset bid over and over again, so I know it's worth a lot of money. People are bidding against this. We can still go after this. Those are just 3 examples, guys, I literally found in about 20 seconds looking online, Googling for upcoming tax deed sales. So that'll give you an idea of what kind of opportunity we're talking about when you multiply that at 3,141 counties. Obviously, you can't see them on all of them, but good Lord, this is unbelievable.